Welcome. This is Chef and Vette, and this is Chef Peter. Today we're going to have some very nice appetizers for you. We're going to do a wild mushroom dish in a puff pastry. We're going to do a vegetable ratatouille and a organic California mix salad with Reggiano Parmesan and balsamic vinegar and olive oil. So let's start with the mushrooms. For the mushroom dish, we need frozen pastry sheets. We're going to cut it out in a round. We preset our oven to 385. We use a little egg wash. Give it a little color. And then we're going to make a little lattice work for design to make the dish look appealing. Okay, there we go. And we get one more time with egg wash, and we preset our oven to 385, and we're ready to go. So let's start with the mushrooms. We got the skillet with olive oil. Make sure our skillet is always nice and hot. Okay. Whenever we saute anything, whether it's mushrooms, chicken, or so forth, we want to have a good heat in the skillet. We add the mushrooms. These are creminis, and then I have some shiitake mushrooms. We saute the mushrooms. My restaurant is in South Carolina, in Anderson, South Carolina. And originally I grew up in Switzerland. My father was very much into wild mushrooms. And on Sundays, rather than for me to go out and play soccer, I had to go with my father through the woods looking for wild mushrooms. And for many years, when I came to South Carolina, I didn't know that they grew in the woods down there. And one day by accident, I found several, and for the past 10, 15 years, I've been looking in the woods for wild mushrooms. I have my spots out. I find chanterelles, and I find a lot of wild lobster mushrooms, porcinis, cauliflower mushrooms, and a wide variety of mushrooms we find down in South Carolina and in the mountains. Up near Hendersonville, Asheville, the woods are just loaded with wild mushrooms, and I sell them to different restaurants also in Atlanta area. So as we go along with the mushroom dish, I'm going to add a little bit of white wine. There we go. And some heavy cream. There we go. And we're going to let this reduce. Okay? There we go. Okay? Now, we're going to start our pepper dish. Okay, our second course we're going to do is the vegetable ratatouille. And that is also a very seasonal dish. It can be red peppers, green peppers. You can do it with zucchini squash, yellow squash, or whatever. And it's a little appetizer that I used to serve at the restaurant, complimentary to my guests before dinner. And a very simple serving method. But we want the olive oil. We want it good and hot. We saute the peppers. We want to cut the peppers nice and uniform. We don't want to chop it up. It has to look very uniform, nice. Okay? The peppers are being sauteed. And then I add a little bit of garlic to it. There we go. Salt and pepper. There we go. And you can use either saffron, you could use turmeric, or you can use curry, or just plain old spices. You want to have some good flavor to it. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're going to keep an eye on our mushrooms. We don't want the sauce to be too thick. Have a nice consistency. Voila, there you go. And as the peppers simmer down a little bit, I'm gonna start out on my salad. And this, for the salad, I used seedless cucumbers. I'll take the cucumbers, make a nice little circle like that. Okay, there we go. And the California mix, I add a little balsamic vinegar. A little bit of olive oil. There you go. Toss it. And it goes in the middle. Very nice and neat presentation. Really nice presentation. So your guests happy with it. And then we have use some of the colorful peppers on top. There we go. The Reggiano Parmesan. There we go. And edible flour. Now we're going to dish up the peppers, okay, the ratatouille. I serve this at the restaurant to my guests as an appetizer. And it can be seasonable. It can be made with red peppers, it can be done with zucchini, or it can be done with wild mushrooms. And we're going to finish up the mushrooms after this. We're going to add a little more cream to the sauce. There we go. Okay, my mushrooms are done, are ready to go. The sauce has the right consistency. So let's check on the puff pastry. Wonderful. So, to plate this up, we take a nice sharp knife. We're going to cut it down the middle, like this. Plate. Anywhere. We put the bottom half here and the mushrooms over it. There we go. And the top. Okay. And then we decorate it with some fresh basil leaves. There we go. And it's all going to have a nice presentation. And it's very important that we don't have sauce all over the plate. We want it nice in the middle looking. Presentation is everything. People nowadays eat with their eyes. Okay, these are our 3 appetizers. Our ratatouille spoon, our organic California mixed salad, and our wild mushroom dish. So now we're going to move on to our main entree. Well, we're back and we're going to do our main course. I start out with the polenta. Polenta, we have 3 parts water and 1 cup of polenta. Needs to cook about 10-15 minutes and we get that started. There we go. For our chicken, we use thinly sliced prosciutto. And then we have the chicken breasts that are flattened out a little bit. So here, we lay out the chicken breast on top of the prosciutto and the sushi mat. Just like that. Okay. Then we add some sauteed spinach and put it in the middle. Like this. There we go. We roll it just like you do sushi at home. There we go. And we put it in the skillet. Pour a little olive oil over the top. Our oven is preset at 385, and in the oven it goes. It's going to take about 12 to 15 minutes. Now let's go to our polenta. The polenta today is a little different than normally. I'm going to layer it. It's a layered polenta. So we're going to start out with plain polenta. The bottom part, like this. And then the second layer is going to be basil polenta. And the third layer will be a roasted pepper polenta. So here we have our roasted pepper puree is ready. I'm going to mix it. There we go. And here is our basil polenta. And we mix it. So we have yellow, red, and green. It's up to you how you want to layer it, but let's do the basil first. We go like this. Spread it out. And then we do the red polenta. There we go. Now remember, this dish needs to be refrigerated for about 3-4 hours, because afterwards we're going to show you how to finish it up. All right? Now, I have some haricot verte and some carrots, which we pre-blanched, and we're going to heat them up. We're going to add a little olive oil to the skillet. There we go. And we add the haricot verte. There we go. And the carrots. All these vegetables we pre-blanched. In other words, we pre-cooked them just a few minutes to get them nice and al dente. Now for our chicken, it should be about done. It's been in there for about 15 minutes. Let's see what we have. We're going to make a little sauce with the shiitake mushroom and red wine reduction. The chicken breast is going to be removed. There we go. And we add the skillet where we cook the chicken in to make our sauce. Mushrooms, a little bit of garlic, red wine. Here we go. And we add just a little bit of garlic to it. And we're going to make a little reduction with red wine. There we go. There. Okay. So now let's see how our polenta is doing. I plated it upside down. So here we have the polenta. We have the red pepper polenta on the bottom. Then we have the basil, and on top just the regular polenta. We are going to cut a piece like this. We have our oven is still hot, and we're going to put it in the oven and heat it for about 4 or 5 minutes. There we go. Voilà. There we go. See? And here is our sauce. It slowly is reducing like that. And now our breast of chicken. We're going to cut it right here in the middle. And this is what we have. See? We have the spinach filling in the center, we have the chicken breast, and then we have the prosciutto on the outside. About 4 slices per person. See? Like that. And then we're going to plate it up. We have the red wine and shiitake mushroom reduction, which we'll put on first, like this. Voilà. Then we have the haricot vert, right there. And we have the carrots. We're going to put like this. Okay. Then we have the great looking polenta. Put like this, and then I'll press the chicken, just like that. That's one more slice. I figured about 3-4 slices per person. And here is your chicken Toscana. For dessert, we're going to do a brown sugar caramelized bottled pear. You can use William pears or any other kind of pears that are in season, or you can do the same thing with apples, Fuji apples, green apples, etc., etc. So we peel, the pear is peeled, then we take a melon ball, cut out the center, okay? The other ingredient we need for this dish is some puff pastry sheet, which we cut a round dish out, and the ramekins. We put some brown sugar in the ramekin, then we slice the pear very thin, like this. There we go. And we put the pear upside down in the dish, like that, see? And if you have some extra space left, we can fill in from the other half. 1/2 a pear is 1 portion. We preheat our oven to 385, and then we add the puff pastry on top of the ramekin, and in the 385 oven it goes. It's going to take about 12-13 minutes. And now we make our brown caramelized brown sugar sauce. We preheat our skillet a little bit, and I have some fresh cream. There we go. We need to reduce this a little bit, glaze it. There. And I add my fresh cream to it. There we go, see? Okay. So all blends together. And then add just a little bit more brown sugar to it. And I'm going to add some fresh butter. We have to make a nice caramelized sauce with it. There we go. And now for the dishing up. See? We check on our sauce, make sure you don't want to burn it. Get the low temperature, and we just let it simmer and reduce a little bit, like that. Let's check on our pear. Here we go. And this is the finished product, like that, right there. So I'm going to dish it up we put the caramel sauce on the plate. There we go. And the pear. Okay, and this is the upside down pastry as it comes out of the oven. So I take a small knife, just go around it once, like this, see? And we put it on the plate, like this. There we go. Piping hot, see? And then we transfer this on the middle of the caramel sauce. And we're gonna add some fresh mint to decorate the dish to finish it up. And this is our brown sugar caramelized pear dessert with fresh mint. And this is Chef Peter from Chef and Vette. And here's a toast. Hope you enjoy today.